My ex complained about my weight after a baby and I lost almost all of it. As title says, my son dad cheated on me with a couple people after our baby. The first time my baby was only 2 months old. I wish I could give the details on that BC, it's truly crazy, but I don't want anyone to recognize me. He said one of the reason he cheated and didn't want to make it work was BC the weight I gained after having his son, and that he wanted to stay with the girl he cheated on me with, who is his now girlfriend. I was 6 months postpartum. I was struggling so bad with postpartum depression and he was in and out of our lives, and I was getting maybe 4 hours of sleep most nights. I couldn't even think about getting in shape, let alone have the time doing it all by myself. Fast forward, I'm 1.5 years postpartum and I've lost 60 pounds. I feel fucking amazing. I did dance growing up, but I've been getting into weights and this is the strongest I ever felt. I didn't think it was possible, but the baby made me more curvier on top of the weight lost, and I feel prettier than before getting pregnant. It's helped me with my mental health so much and mindset. Feeling this good while remembering how bad I was struggling with depression and my image after getting cheated on after having a baby is just so rewarding. I think my ex has noticed the weight loss too. BC, he's been commenting on how I look good at pickup. What a fucking idiot, lol. I was a victim of a family vlogging channel. To protect my siblings' anonymity, I won't give the name of the channel. This decision was made not out of respect for my stepfather, but out of respect for me and my siblings. This post has been a long time coming, but now's the first time I've been able to really put my words down coherently. Around 2016, my, now ex, stepfather, who I will refer to as he, made the ultimate decision to start a YouTube channel to document his and his family's homesteading and doomsday prepping lifestyle. For the next couple of years until he left, the channel would have each person posting videos of their own niche, with mine being song covers and whatnot. For a while, I assumed all was good. We kids had the illusion of control over the channel, and thought we had a pretty okay life. That was until he left, taking my siblings with him, when I was forced to look back at the channel in a whole new light. A lot of the videos was all of us kids doing chores and stuff around the house, laundry and stuff. Laundry was done with a scrub board and a wringer, and it would take us hours to do it on our own. We also cleaned up after and fed the dogs, cleaned the house, dishes, rooms, etc., along with taking care of the chickens he insisted we get. And where was he? Sitting comfortably inside, lounging on his chair scrolling through Facebook while barking orders. If he wasn't, he was out on hunting trips, making meaningless wood projects or tattooing people. My mom was forced to work her butt off to support us, since he never made much of an effort to get up and get his own job. The thing that really made me think was the one comment we received calling out how he was treating the kids. He sat us down, acting as if the person was insulting us and our family, convincing us that he was going to delete the comment for us, which is what he claimed in the video he made about it. If you try to find the channel now, you'll be met with it completely scrubbed of all of the videos. The only thing that serves as evidence that we existed is the channel bio, which reads as follows. Big family, small house. Total chaos. Family of 6 kids, 1 special needs. 786 square foot house. 3 pit bulls. With dreams of trying to live self-sufficient. I was the special needs one. That was always put up front and center whenever I did something cool. At the time, I merely assumed it was that they didn't see my autism as a bad thing, but now I can see it was used to farm in likes and views. That's all any of us were to him, just things to build up his channel. Even just reading back through this makes my heart hurt. I loved my stepfather back when we were a family, while wearing the rose-colored glasses he placed on me at a young age. I could go on for hours about how he hit us and how he blamed us for everything bad that went on, but that's not what this is about. This is about the channel he made exploiting us. My wife refuses to let me use any protection and I am frantic and concerned. I, 28M, and my wife, Fiona, 25F, have been together for quite a while and already have 2 children. For me, 2 children is more than enough. Quite frankly, I would have liked to have no children, but that ship has sailed and I can't do anything about that now. I've tried to have this conversation with Fiona. I swear it, I have tried. But every time I try to bring up the subject of children and how I don't want more, Fiona seems to get really agitated and upset. She tells me that she wants a large family with a lot of children and that she's always wanted that, and that I knew that when I married her, so I should have been prepared for that. And she's not wrong. I used to think I wanted a few children too, but I realize now that it was just culture and society telling me that that was my life's purpose and that I'd find joy and meaning in marriage and children, which was a bald-faced lie. She also seems fixated on this idea that children are a blessing from God and that if God wants us to have more children, then we will have more, and that will be that. I know that she has a good heart, and maybe I'm in the wrong for being so selfish and not wanting more children. Anyway, I've recently been trying to reduce intimate contact of my own volition every time that Fiona's presumably near her period. She doesn't tell me until after it starts. I'm also trying to reduce intimacy in general unless we use protection, but she gets upset if I want to use it. She says that using it is not trusting the Lord, so I'm forced to either shut the whole night down or cave in and give her what she wants. I'm concerned that if we have another child it is going to damage me, our marriage, and my relationship with the current 2 children. I once saw a box of, you know what, in the trash when I took it out, that I had purchased specifically for intimate protection, and I sneakily rescued it and put the individually wrapped units back in the nightstand. I can't believe she would just do something like that. Normally she's good with communication, but maybe this is a sore spot for her. I confronted her about it and she told me that I should never have bought them in the first place because we don't need them. I just feel trapped. I can't get vasectomy either because that also seems to be a gross violation of Fiona's religious views. I can't leave her because if I do, I'll be forced to pay out child support and I'll lose my good standing among all my friends and broader community and possibly even lose my job. I'm employed within a culture that frowns very heavily on divorce. I have healthy coping mechanisms in place, but over time this stuff is just beginning to bother me and I really don't want to have a 3rd child. Caught my husband looking at my pictures. So this happened yesterday, but my husband works remotely and he was on IT downtime for some issues he was having. He was on the phone with IT when he comes into the kitchen to grab something from the pantry while I'm preparing some food for our son. I just so happen to need something from the pantry, so I walk over. He's still there and I catch a glimpse of what is on his screen. It's not the caller interface of his coworker, it's him swiping through what appears to be an album of pictures of me. When he turned to leave the pantry, he saw I noticed and made his adorable smile. He then mouths "I love my wife" before going back to his desktop to resolve his IT issue. I knew that he thought about me while he was at work, but to actually see evidence of it is a whole other level of feel-good feeling. I feel so loved, attractive, and so lucky to have my husband. It also makes me wonder how often he does this. I don't know who I married. Before someone says I shouldn't have kids if I'm poor, it's too late to abort them. I posted last week about how my wife did the bi-weekly grocery store run and had $35 to get what we needed and she spent $7 of it on Evian waters. Before she left I offered to make her a jug of ice water because it's hot and I knew she was going to get thirsty. Her jug is a $50 Stanley Cup. Even though it was bought months ago it was out of our budget, but she begged for it and swore she would use it all the time. We do not get food stamps because I make too much. I work full-time and pick up as much overtime as I can while my wife stays at home with our kids. I do everything I can to stay afloat. She tells me they were on sale and she just wanted it. That is not a freaking sale. I immediately got frustrated because we don't have money for needs, let alone wants. She is embarrassed by going to the food pantry, so I try to do it on my lunch breaks or on my one day off. We have a tight budget. I walk to work to save on gas, I pick up overtime when it's available, and I'm at the point where there aren't enough hours in the day for just me to make enough money to get us to break even. I told her she needed to find some part-time work. She has been a stay-at-home mom because daycare is expensive, but now all but one of our kids are in school. Today she told me she would need a new interview outfit and to get her haircut. I said we don't have money for that, our fridge completely died a few days ago. She then started talking about all the things she would do buying/doing for herself once she starts working. I told her the money would be going towards getting caught up on bills, getting the kids what they need, and to maybe start saving a few bucks. She said it would be her money, which caught me off guard because my paycheck isn't considered mine, nor have I ever insinuated that it is. Our kids only got one pair of new school shoes this year and no clothes. It bothered me more than it did them. My oldest has a field trip next week that she won't be able to go to because we don't have the $50. My wife chose bougie water over a few gifts from the Dollar Tree for our kids. When I asked why she doesn't care that our kids are going without, her response is it's only one B-day they are missing. Field trips aren't that big of a deal, at least they have something to wear to school. Very nonchalant it is what it is attitude. She had a rough childhood where she never got celebrated, got gifts, never had new school clothes, so it's not a big deal to her. I've never seen this side of her and I don't like it. We have never been so poor, so is this just her survival mode method?